Hi, everyone. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords. So this is sort of an underlying, maybe even subconscious energy that will be around this week. And it's a pretty sad picture in this deck, but it really points towards um the swords are all about our thoughts, and our thoughts can play lots of tricks on us and we can focus on the good and bad. And I've really this card for me has come to represent compromise. It can come up when someone's sort of drawn a line in the sand. And there's a great, I really like the picture in the illustration or the interpretation, I guess I should say, in Barbara Moore's Silver Witchcraft Tarot, where it has two people on the beach and there is literally a line in the sand, but they're on the same side and they both have sticks and they're sort of pointing their sticks toward the middle. So I see it as a card of compromise. And, if each person was 100% happy and got their own way, then it wouldn't be a compromise. One person would be totally winning and one person, in quotes, totally losing. So this card is about wrapping your head around how you think about a situation and what is really your goal in a situation. Is it to be right? Is it to win? Or do you ultimately want to be successful with an end goal? And if you do ultimately want to be successful with an end goal, you need to potentially compromise and bend and not get your own way and figure out a solution for the overall good of the entire situation and the end goal that you truly want, and not get stuck um, on winning each and every goal. So the focus of this week, or a focus of this week, oh, is the Two of Shields. So I love this because in this deck, I read this card a little bit differently. It's, if you can see, but there are two guys here and they're over water. They're up suspended above water and they're having a heart to heart. They're discussing, they're meeting in the middle. So I feel like they're literally coming together and compromising. They've each come halfway. They're up above their emotions and they're talking and trying to understand each other and come to some sort of understanding. And I know traditionally this card is about juggling lots of things, and perhaps that's what this is about, this meeting of the minds, this needing to compromise. I'm sorry, my throat always gets scratchy when I do these videos. Probably because it's first thing in the morning. So I think maybe, there's a lot going on and you need to find a way to be able to handle everything that's going on. It's going to take compromise and talking to some other person and really just trying to understand where the other person's coming from and let go of sort of winning the little individual battles and trying to come up with a solution for what your ultimate end goal really is. So crossing that is the Knight of Wands. So you have sort of these energies so far have been sort of cerebral and about, how you think about the situation. Well, this is a lot of passion and energy. So I feel like this might be a little tough and challenging because you're very passionate about whatever it is you're trying to deal with this week. So this is the type of energy that I'm sorry, I may have to do this video. That's so annoying. Sorry. Um, the reason it's going to be so hard to compromise or really keep an open mind is because you're extremely passionate about whatever this situation is. So try to see if perhaps the other person isn't actually just as passionate, but they're just seeing things from a different point of view. So let's keep going. Another foundation card that will work and play with the Five of Swords is the Ace of Wands. Yeah, so this is passion, inspiration, motivation. This is that something you've gotten involved with, whether it's a relationship. Oh my God, I shouldn't even give examples because then it's limiting. But anything that has really gotten you fired up and you're really motivated about and inspired about, this is this is what's going to be at the fore this week, is trying to deal with this situation that you're so committed to and passionate about and motivated about, but it's not going exactly how you want, and which is really tough to deal with because you care so much and you're really fired up about it. Um, and you're having to work with other people to get this something about the situation resolved. But remember, what was your end goal when the situation first came up? I mean, what's coming to mind for me specifically, and this could be just vastly different for everyone else, is I have my son has a special education plan. He's severely dyslexic, and I have an IEP meeting coming up. And I haven't been happy with the way just one aspect of what's been going on this year has been going. And so it's something I'm very passionate about, and it's something I don't want to compromise on because it has to do with my son. But, um, you know, I know most of the teachers, pretty much all of them, but there's always that one teacher, it seems like each year, usually the literacy teacher that doesn't have an open mind and just doesn't get dyslexia. They're going to fix him and just make his life miserable. So I have to somehow, instead of just maybe going in guns blazing, I need to balance that out with some, you know, open to compromise and coming together and hearing both sides and not coming in too fiery. And remember, what's my end goal? My end goal is to support my child, not to win every single battle, if in the long run um, his needs are being met, perhaps. So what's coming out of the past is the Page of Shields. So this energy, pages often they're either, sort of students, new beginners in the suit that they're in, their messages. So this is a communication about home, health, family, even spirituality, new beginnings, messages in that area of your life. So this is an influence that's fading. And, I'm going to come back to this because it's not popping right away how it relates. So it'll come to me. I'm going to just keep moving on for the sake of time. What we want most out of this situation is the Knight of Shields. So we want change in exactly what the page we were just talking about: home, health, family, spirituality. We want things to change in that area. So that means we want to be able to, in a spirituality sense, use our spiritual tools like meditation and positive thinking and letting go of negative situations, and to help us deal with things in our world and to have that really work for us. We want to change where our house is concerned. We want to change in our health is concerned, whether it's better eating habits or exercising. But we want something to change. And so now I do see this relating back to this card, is that we had a new idea here in the past. And it's almost like with this Two of Shields is like, but we're having trouble juggling or bringing it to fruition because of maybe another person in our house or another outside influence, or we feel like we have too much going on to implement it. But we do have this energy where these two energies of this passion, that we're really passionate about it. So I really feel like because we are so passionate about bringing this change into our lives, we will be able to manifest it. But we may have to compromise a little bit. It may not just come about exactly how we want. Okay, now coming up, we have the Five of Shields. Try not to let these obstacles completely bring you down and derail you. Okay, really call upon your inner wands energy. Stay focused on that motivation. Stay focused on this passionate energy, and don't let some setbacks sway you from your goal. Okay, that's so important. Um, so let's get to the overall cards. I'm rushing because I only have a certain amount of time. So the Seven of Swords. So this can be a situation where I feel like there's someone in this situation that's just behaving badly, whether it's on purpose or not. They're making the situation challenging, and it's eroding your spirit that you have to deal with this person. But that doesn't mean you can't deal with them. Oh my God, and look at, now we have the King of Shields. You're going to get through it. We're going to get through this. We can't just focus, the pentacles, shields, discs, whatever you want to call them, cards, are all about long-term goals and deferring instant gratification. We need to keep plugging along and working. And even though sometimes it might feel like the fire's going out because we have to deal with these obstacles and these difficult people or differing opinions, don't try so hard to stay positive and focused on the long-term goal. Look how far maybe you've come and not how far you need to go, and count every win and keep reminding yourself of the long-term goal so that you don't get discouraged and so caught up in the current setback that you let it derail your overall plans. There's a lot of shields on the table, these are more practical earthly things that we're dealing with this. It could be money matters, health, home, spiritual matters. But I do believe, since there is a spiritual theme to the shields cards, that again, it's going to be really important. Breathing, talking yourself through things. Don't let that negative tape play in your mind. Don't go too crazy with letting your thoughts go to just the worst case scenario. That rarely happens. Keep, again, focusing on the positive.